morning, everyone, and a warm welcome to today's event. This program is the 7th edition of the annual initiative by Zenith Bank PLC, the leading financial institution in Nigeria, to provide a platform for government officials, export regulators, industry practitioners, and economic leaders across the world to discuss the varied opportunities in Nigeria's non-oil export business and how we can best develop the area to promote economic growth, improve terms of trade, and ensure increasing foreign exchange inflows.
And what came to the fore was that non-oil export of all the sources of foreign inflow in the country is the oldest source. It has always been there before oil was discovered in 1957. And in terms of the opportunities in the non-oil export, it's expansive. There is also inclusiveness. Inclusiveness in the sense that in various parts of the country today, you can find one or two items that are exportable. Of the training program, we don't charge any fee for the training. In fact, we call it zero to hero. Zero to hero in the sense that if you haven't done export business before, you can come to Zenith Bank for mentorship and tutelage, where we take you through the rudiments in terms of product sourcing, in terms of access to market, logistics, packaging, at no fee.
Good. We have so many brilliant young boys and girls who are beginning to demonstrate we could do this in Nigeria if we support them. So, Mr. Governor, I'm happy you are here. Sometime in the past, there were issues about some of this fintech that you and your team need to give them more support, more encouragement in terms of either resources or in terms of financing, funding, or whatever you need to do. Not as much as the oil companies we need, but definitely we now know these are the areas that will make Nigeria to grow and do exceedingly very well.
I seize this opportunity to say that we must also begin to think about ourselves first. We have seen major economies taking decisions that are insular and non-cognitive of the spillovers and effects of on other countries. We have seen export bans of critical supplies from many countries, and we have seen even central banks making rate hike decisions without recourse to its effect on the global economy. What all of this tells us is that we have to look inwards as well, and indeed have to get our acts together. As the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, I have long recognized that Nigeria cannot rely on other countries to get us on the track of sustainable economic growth and shared prosperity. And so, over the years, and under my leadership at the Central Bank, we have heralded various initiatives and interventions, incentivized the non-oil export sector because of our firm belief that the non-oil sector holds enormous potentials to contribute to employment generation, wealth creation, and economic growth of our country. The initiatives and interventions of the CBN seek to bridge the gaps in the non-oil export sector by providing funding for working capital and capital expenditure that may be deployed to value chain expansion and or trade-related infrastructure. More time, I say because we are going to embark on an aggressive deepening of the Nigerian economy, diversify the base of the economy from import to an economy that is built on import substitution and export orientation. Let's begin to think about those products that can be produced in Nigeria. Businesses can see the benefit in producing what we eat and eat what we produce. And after meeting local consumption, you can now begin to export. This is how our country can see prosperity from creating employment, and we reduce youth restiveness in our land. So I want to seize the opportunity to encourage you. We have provided this 65 naira per dollar rebate to encourage you. And this is an opportunity, and I find this export seminar as an opportunity for me to plead with everybody. Time is running against us. This is an opportunity for us as a country to reset again. Reset, and very quickly start to reset. That is what this country needs, because Nigeria has the potential.
You know, there's that saying that I always say that, look, when you import, you're actually importing poverty into your country and creating jobs out there. And when you export, you are creating jobs here and exporting poverty to them. So that's what I believe that we should be doing. We should actually now go ahead and be exporting. Whatever we can export, we should do so. And one of the areas is that when you look at it now, you say, okay, fine, you know, today we've been hearing about green energy, you know, they want to cancel fossil fuels. Today, if you now go, you want to do anything in fossil fuel, banks abroad, I'm not talking about banks in Nigeria, they will not give you 1 cent. They will not support you to do that at all. And we need to look at all these policies and say, okay, fine, what works for us? What works for us is what we should do. I mean, today, Nigeria, we have what? We have coal. Some of the most expensive coal today is South African coal, which is $350. The only other cheap one is from Mozambique, which is 178. But if you even look at it, South Africa exports almost 100 million tons of coal. In South Africa today, they are also having power issues because they were told not to now carry on with the coal plants. And today, majority of their coal is going to Europe. And these are the same people who say that, no, we should not use coal. But they are using coal now. So I think we need to really have a change of mind. I don't want to be seeing too much of imports. Too much of imports means creation of poverty. I mean, Nigeria today, I'm very sorry, you know, I'm not doing this to embarrass anybody, but if you look at it today, this 2021, the collection of customs was 2.24 trillion, which is 25% more than 2020. When you see these numbers going up, it means that we're actually not creating jobs. Customs should collect less money. When they collect less money, then we know that the jobs are being created here. Because on exports, there's no duty.
But what we have done to encourage, you know, exports, we understand the need to ensure that we work with the government to ensure the diversification of the economy and encourage non-oil export. Not just to deploy the e-collab system, but we also license 10 export processing terminals. Now, the export processing terminals are supposed to be locations whereby you stuff, you process, you package, you certify all your products, you seal it, and then you send it directly to the port. But for us to succeed in this, we need other government agencies. I need us to understand that when you keep talking about the port is an ecosystem, it's the maritime ecosystem. It needs not just the Nigerian Ports Authority, but also the other government agencies. So at the export processing terminals that we have created, this is what we expect. So we expect a custom export desk to be there. SON is supposed to be there. Whoever does the certification is supposed to be there.